Reports just dropped that Anthony Joshua has cancelled the fight with Tyson Fury, and the reason behind it is already leaving. Fans stunned. Apparently Joshua feels Fury is just chasing clout. But there are also reports of deeper tensions behind the scenes that may have actually stalled the fight. I have got the details. So let us start from the beginning. Fury made his return with a decision win over Arslanbek Makhmoud, and wasted no time calling out Joshua, who was sitting ringside in the immediate aftermath. The scene was set. Boxing power broker Turki Alalshik had promised a big surprise while speaking at Tottenham ahead of Fury's comeback victory over the powerful but severely limited Arslan Makhmoud. Joshua had been sat front row all night, appearing to film the majority of Fury's contest on his phone, amid expectations he would join his counterpart in the ring for said big surprise after the final bell. Then the final bell rang. Turki Alalshik called promoters Frank Warren and Hearn into the ring after the bout, though Hearn did not join them. Alalshik then gave the microphone to Fury, pointing over to the ringside Joshua and saying he is the next. Fury grabbed the microphone. He looked directly at Joshua. "Next, I want to give you the fight you have all been waiting for. I want you, AJ. Anthony Joshua. Let us give the fight fans what they want. The Battle of Britain." The crowd erupted. Cameras swung to Joshua. The entire world waited for the moment. The face-off, the handshake, the announcement. Something. Joshua, however, declined the invitation and chose not to enter the ring, drawing jeers from sections of the crowd. He did not stand up. He did not walk over. He did not say yes. He did not say no. Fury demanded a yes or no. Joshua declined to give either. And then from his seat at ringside, Joshua fired back with a response that set social media on fire. "Tyson, you are a clout chaser. I have never had no problem getting in the ring with you. I have punched you up when we were kids. And after watching you tonight, I will punch you up again. With all due respect, tonight is your night. And you know I will sit across that ring from you in due time. You are not going to tell me what to do. I have been chasing you for a long time. When you are ready, you come and see me and tell me your terms and conditions, and I will have you in the ring when I am ready. I am the boss. You work for me. I am the landlord. Remember that. You work for me." Fury was stunned. The crowd was confused. The boxing world was divided. Half of the internet said Joshua had just killed the biggest fight in British history. The other half said he played it perfectly. But here is where the story gets complicated. Because Joshua had a reason for the way he handled that night. And it traces back to a highway in Nigeria earlier. Anthony Joshua stood in a ring in Miami and demolished Jake Paul. He was out of the ring for a considerable period before returning to stop Jake Paul, breaking Paul's jaw in the process. It was a comeback that reminded everybody what AJ could do when locked in. And in that post-fight interview, with adrenaline still pumping through his veins, Joshua did something he rarely does. He called somebody out directly. He looked into the camera and said he was ready. He said if Fury was as serious as he claimed to be, he should stop with the Twitter fingers and put on some gloves. Then everything changed. Boxing star Anthony Joshua was taken to hospital after being rescued from the wreckage of a car crash in Nigeria in which 2 men traveling with him were killed. According to a statement from Nigeria's Federal Road Safety Corps, the crash occurred on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, a highway that had recently been identified as the most dangerous road in Nigeria with a high number of fatalities over a period of time. Joshua's friends were killed in the crash. According to Joshua's promoter, Matchroom Boxing, and Nigerian President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, these were not just acquaintances. One was Joshua's strength and conditioning coach and frequently traveled with him in Nigeria. The other was Joshua's personal trainer and could be seen playing ping pong with him in a video posted to his Instagram story just hours before the accident. 1 minute they were playing table tennis together, and the next they were gone. The former British two-time world heavyweight champion was seen being pulled from a mangled SUV on the Lagos-Ibadan expressway but sustained only minor injuries. Preliminary investigations showed that the vehicle was moving at an excessive speed and had burst a tire before the crash. Joshua's promoter said that he was kept under observation at Lagos Lagoon Hospital while recovering from minor injuries. After leaving the hospital, Joshua and his mother paid their respects at the funeral home. The man who had just called out Tyson Fury was now standing in a funeral home in Nigeria, saying goodbye to his strength and conditioning coach and his personal trainer. Two people who were part of his daily life. Two people who prepared his body for fights. Two people who traveled the world with him. And then silence. Joshua disappeared from the public eye for a long period. No social media posts about training, no interviews about Fury, no hype, no trash talk. Nothing. The boxing world moved on to other news, but Joshua was dealing with something that no amount of punching power could fix. When he finally reappeared in public, it was at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, sitting ringside for Fury's comeback fight. And now you understand the full weight of what happened when Joshua refused to jump into that ring and perform for the cameras. I was in a serious incident not long ago. I need to really check out what is going on with my return to the ring. But I am here keeping my eye on the game. I am not ducking anyone. There are just things in my life I need to tend to. Then he said something that flew under the radar for most people but painted the full picture. I am sorting some things out. My brothers, their parents, the brotherhood of taking care of things. That is the priority right now. The brotherhood taking care of families. The families of the men who died in that car crash while sitting next to him. That was the excuse that the title of this video references. That was Joshua's reason for not jumping at Fury's call out. And now the internet had to decide. Was this a legitimate reason or was AJ ducking the fight? To truly understand why that moment at Tottenham carried so much weight, you need to understand that this fight has been dangled in front of boxing fans for a very long time, and every single time something has gone wrong. The biggest names in British boxing, both heavyweight rivals and former world champions, have frequently been linked to a potential fight, but it is one that has taken years to materialize. The paths of these two fighters run parallel in the most frustrating way imaginable. Fury first captured a world title, dethroning the legendary Vladimir Klitschko in Dusseldorf, Germany. Fury first became a heavyweight world champion when he upset Vladimir Klitschko. But shortly after that historic win, Fury stepped away from boxing. Mental health issues, substance abuse, and ballooning weight consumed years of his prime. With Fury stepping away from the sport after his victory over Klitschko, their trajectories diverged. While Fury was gone, Joshua was building an empire. One by one, Joshua picked up the belts Fury had previously held. The Olympic gold medalist from London 2012 was tearing through the heavyweight division, holding the WBA, IBF, and WBO titles simultaneously, filling out stadiums across the UK and becoming one of the most marketable athletes on the planet. When Fury returned to boxing, the clamor to see them fight reached deafening levels. But Fury did not come back for Joshua. Not immediately. When Fury returned to boxing, he then targeted Deontay Wilder and beat the hard-punching American to win the WBC heavyweight title. Their first fight ended in a controversial draw. Their rematch saw Fury demolish Wilder in 7 rounds. The stage was finally set for the fight the world wanted, Fury versus Joshua, undisputed. Everything on the line. Sides for Fury and Joshua signed contracts for a 2-fight deal with parameters similar to the Fury-Wilder pact. Even split for the first bout, with a winner-favored split for the return bout. The fight was announced for Saudi Arabia. Fury himself posted on social media that it was 100% on. And then the rug was pulled out from under everyone. The proposed unification fight between Fury and Joshua was thrown into serious doubt when an arbitration judge ruled that Fury would have to honor a contractual clause which mandates a 3rd fight with Wilder. Just like that, the fight was dead. At least at that moment. Fury Wilder 3 was on, and no further negotiations would need to be had, as all the parameters were already set. Subsequent rounds of negotiations also collapsed. Fury fought Wilder a third time in what became one of the greatest heavyweight fights of all time. Then he defended against Dillian Whyte. Then came the two fights against Alexander Usyk. Both losses for Fury. Fury fought Usyk for the undisputed crown and also lost to the brilliant Ukrainian. Embittered, Fury retired and has only now returned to boxing. Joshua, meanwhile, went through his own painful chapter. Joshua would lose his belts to Alexander Usyk and could not win them back in a rematch. Then came the brutal knockout loss to Daniel Dubois. Joshua's most recent defeat came when Daniel Dubois stopped him at Wembley Stadium. A long period of silence followed before the Jake Paul fight and the car crash. Every time these two men seemed destined to collide, something intervened. An arbitration ruling, a pandemic, a loss, a retirement, a car crash. The fight became boxing's white whale. The one everyone chased, but no one could catch. So when Fury pointed at Joshua from that ring in Tottenham and demanded an answer, and Joshua refused, the collective groan from the boxing world was loud enough to register on seismographs. "Here we go again," people said. Another chapter of the same tired story. Another missed opportunity. But what nobody knew in that moment was that behind the scenes, the machinery was already grinding towards something that nobody fully believed would ever happen. The person who arguably holds more power in heavyweight boxing than any promoter, any network, and possibly any fighter is Turkey. Alalshik. The chairman of Saudi Arabia's General Entertainment Authority has bankrolled some of the biggest fights in recent memory. And like so many other major fights, this was happening because of Turkey Alalshik, including Canelo Crawford, Beterbiev Bivol, and Usyk Fury. Alalshik was at Tottenham. He was part of the production. He was the one who tried to orchestrate the in-ring moment between Fury and Joshua. And when it did not play out the way he envisioned, he did not give up. He went to work. On the other side of the negotiating table sat Eddie Hearn, Joshua's promoter at Matchroom Boxing. Hearn has been trying to make this fight happen for years. He has sat across from Frank Warren, Fury's promoter, in meeting after meeting, only to see things fall apart over purse splits, venue choices, broadcast rights, and the sort of fine print that kills dreams for a living. After the Tottenham incident, Hearn said something on camera that hinted at the state of play. "Two dates have been presented to us now, and we expect to move forward," he explained. Fury has just had his tune-up fight with vital rounds to get him sharp for the next one, and I expect us to do the same. Meanwhile, Fury's new management company, Gold Star Promotions, led by Spencer Brown, was singing the same tune from the other side. I have spoken to Spencer Brown from Gold Star Promotions, who represents Tyson Fury, and he says, "Go ahead and confirm it," reported Sky Sports. Fury himself had already signed his part of the deal. Fury revealed that he had signed for the All-British mega fight, but that AJ, his great rival, was yet to agree to their heavyweight showdown. Alright everyone, stay tuned for the latest in boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Legacy Round and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Be sure to watch our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.